I read the Late Night Wars book by Bill Carter, and it was very good. It's about Conan and Jay and Dave and Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and all this stuff. I think it came out in like 2010. So it's interesting because reading it now, like, the stuff doesn't really matter as much anymore because everything has moved over to YouTube, and there are all these voices on YouTube and Spotify that have much broader of a reach than anything on late night. But at that time, it was like, it's interesting to see them scramble because they're like wanting to keep Conan because Conan's hot, and then they're wanting to keep Jay because Jay's established, and then they were saying to Conan they could ice him out, and because he's contracted to be there, and then Conan making this ultimatum like he won't go on late after Jay. It's interesting. It seems like there's no real right answer in this stuff. Like, part of it seemed to be that he wasn't really catching on with Conan wasn't necessarily catching on with the crowd, but he was bringing in a younger audience, but he wasn't necessarily what the people in like middle America wanted to see. So it's kind of interesting from that perspective. Like, Conan is, they said they don't want him to be a niche talent. So, and then, the sort of who's right and who's wrong is an interesting thing. Like, Jay Leno is the bad guy in all of this. And, Andy Richter and Conan, they're just like they said to Leno, would you take the job back if they offered it to you? And he was like, well, if they offered it to me, I'm sure I'd do it. It's a great job, something like that. And Andy Richter is like, that's not a classy thing to say. And I don't know, to me it's like, I think there's poking fun at people. You can make fun of Jay Leno or Letterman or whatnot. But like taking this, like, I won't do that. I don't know. It's hard to know what the rules are and how to treat people well in showbiz. One thing that people say about Jay Leno is that he's a nice guy. Now, he may be sort of aloof or maybe sort of self-serving to be nice, is what someone might say. But I think he is a nice guy and a straightforward guy. And he's like the company man who's willing to do what the network tells him to do. And he also is going to work harder than anybody else, mostly. So, yeah, I just think it's interesting looking back on it to try to determine what it was all about, what all the fuss was about in the first place.